Louisiana Beer Review's Founders, the amazing Cosmicki's highly acclaimed KBS, a flavored stout. Is good for everything a flavored stout ought to be good for. And what is it? Here's the disclosure, the legal part. Ale brewed with chocolate and coffee, aged in oak bourbon barrels. That's a redundant statement because bourbon barrels have to be oak. So they could have just said bourbon barrels. Part of the barrel aged series. This is the 2020 vintage. It's an even 12.0%. This beer over the years has fluctuated above and below 12, but close to it. Have I noticed any great changes year to year? Well, not really. Actually haven't noticed any changes. Packaged on March 12th, 2020. All right, little stubby neck bottle that you get with Founders. We used to get a lot of beers, stubby neck bottles like this, a Beta still. There's some right there, almost identical. Show you. Let's see. Schlitz used to be like that, the stubby necks. Pabst Blue Ribbon, well, it goes on and on. All right, and then suddenly everything was long necks. I think it was some kind of legal thing, like long necks had to be in a bar room, or it was the opposite. They couldn't have the long necks in a bar room. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I know there was some difference. The viewers may know. And then when that legal problem went away, then everything started going long neck, even Heineken. All right, 12.0%. Not much head, but with these high gravity ales, stout ales, you don't get much head of foam. Very dark brown. And it looks like black, but you can see the brown on the edges. Right here, he's cutting that sheet metal outside. It's so loud you can hear it over here. Okay. Always working out there. Hey, that's good though, right? Woo! Rich, dark roasted malts with, I always say dark bread crust. And the reason I say that is because that's what it reminds me of. That's what it harkens back to. So I only started drinking beer 24 years ago, so I have to relate it to things I'm familiar with. It's a rich aroma. It's chocolate, coffee, yeah, you get that. Well, heck, it's a dessert beer. It's not really an afternoon beer while you're listening to somebody cut sheet metal type beer. It's bright. There's no rain coming today. They said it would, but it isn't going to rain. It's about 90 degrees. That's why I'm inside instead of sitting out there. It's pretty bitter. Pretty bitter. It's like a velvety, coffee-like, chocolate brownie-like, dark bread-like. It's windy. Rich beer dessert item. Now, is it cheap? No. It cost me let's think about this. $6.99 for the 4-pack. Yes, at Total Wine and More. $16.99. A lot of stores aren't even carrying it, like some stores in this town that used to carry it. Nope, didn't arrive. Don't know why. In fact, it's not sold in this parish. This year. In the past, yes. I remember 10 years ago, if you didn't show up at the store in 3 hours, it was gone. You couldn't get it. I went to a store in an adjoining parish north of here once, looking for KBS. Huh? It's gone. Sold out in 2 hours. I said, Now, they put it on the shelf, and I saw it at Dornax. There it was on the shelf. Lonely and ignored. With the CBS, Canadian thing, not made in Canada, but you know, those bombers just sitting up there being ignored. I said, oh, how things can change in a decade. In 5 years, really, less than a decade. From people saying, I gotta go get my KBS. Let's go have a party and stand in line in the cold for 3 hours. Now, get it when I get around to it. It'll be there in 3 or 4 months. Has the quality dropped? No. Is it still a 100 out of 100? A 100 out of 100 in the style, as they say on rate beer? I would say so. I paid $4.25 a bottle, minus a quarter cent. It's worth it. I mean, there's kind of a bitter end though. If you're not into that, the coffee, acrid bitterness, the hop bitterness, the barrel age, and I didn't talk about the barrel age thing, it might turn you off. Thinking about that, is there a real strong, I guess they're using bourbon barrels, I think it's Heaven Hill. Is there a real strong bourbon barrel presence here? Whiskey barrel. Yes, I think there is. Now that I think of it, now that I think about it, yeah, it's there's a lot of wood barrel. Yeah, it is. It is. That could be another issue with some people. They might say, "Oh, you know," and then the other side just be saying, "Oh, it's delightful, incredible to the hilt," like I'm saying. I'm always thinking of people I know, like the one cutting the sheet metal. He wouldn't drink it. I don't even know if he could swallow it. Across the street, she might be able to get it down. She wouldn't take a second sip. She would never want to drink it. I don't care what it costs. I would say, I paid $16.99 for this 4-pack. And she'd say, "Oh, why don't you bring something good? Why do you buy that? You know, why do you buy that kind of stuff? Bring me the beers that are good, that I like the 12-pack of Ice House." I dropped the 12-pack of Ice House on her porch. You never seen a person so happy. And you really never seen somebody so happy when she got the 15-pack of Keystone Ice. Called me up. "It's so good. I love this beer. Who makes it? Let me look at the can." She told me on the phone. "Let me look at the can. Oh, Coors. Oh, it's so good." And to her, this would be mud from the Mississippi River. Well, that's just the way it goes, I guess. Oh, it's great. They ought to make instead of $16.99, they can make like a $4.99. A $6.99 version, $6.99 a 4-pack version with Heaven Hill blended whiskey barrels. You know, with like a Kentucky Gold or one of those other concoctions that I got in the cabinet, T.W. Samuels. People would drink it, be like, "What's going on with that?" I'm making a joke, but actually I shouldn't do that, because if you remember a year or two ago, can't remember, we did a review of this KBS, and my friend David was like, "It's really not that good." And I'm looking at him like, "Are you crazy? Like, what are you talking about?" He said, "It needs more whiskey." I said, "Okay, hold on a minute." I had a little bit left of the Heaven Hill Quality House, they call it Quality House now. Heaven Hill Kentucky blended whiskey. I said, well, look, I got Heaven Hill. Oh, well, let's try this. So he does the infusion with the Kentucky blended whiskey. Whoa, now, he said, now it's great. Now it's great. Comes alive. And that video is still posted. I'm like, okay. So I don't know. Maybe my whole proposition is a bad idea. But if they did come out with something like that, I'd buy it, of course. Anyway, score for 2020. It's funny, I'm just drinking this like la-di-da, like it's nothing, you know. But I'm just thinking, when I start to think about what the neighbors would say down the street, her favorite is Michelob Ultra. Oh, she loves Ultra. And I told her, I said, you know, I can get you a regular Michelob. I don't think I would like that. I don't like all those dark beers. Somebody gave me a dark beer. Why would people drink that? I'm like, well, they like it, you know. But so when I think of then it's making me think, wow, they would just find this so incredibly and unbelievably offensive. So it's kind of fun to think about those things, and but you can never get them to do it, you know, get into it. I'm gonna say 99. I'm not gonna go to 100, but I'm gonna say 99 out of 100 this year, which is great. I mean, if you pay $16.99, you get a 4-pack of a 99 out of 100 beer. That's a winner. In my booklet, that's a winner. I mean, there aren't too many beers I drink on a daily basis, a weekly basis, a monthly basis that will get to 99. That's the truth. So, oh yeah, it's great. It's great. So, Le Monton Relais, another winner from Founders. Why do I not see the Espresso KBS at any store around here? Been looking, can't find it. Been looking, can't find it. And that's just not right. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.